All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome in. A little bit of a Friday afternoon breakdown, talking Chiefs and Xavier Worthy. What's going on? Why is he not getting the big plays? Things like that. Well, first of all, you knew exactly what he was brought into Kansas City for, right? Not just to create the big plays. Yes, Patrick Mahomes wants to throw the ball down the field. Defenses have said, no, you're not going to do that. So what else does he bring? Well, first of all, the usage he's currently getting, he does create some plays, but also he's creating plays for everybody else. So you've got him in the slot down here on the left-hand side of the offense, and you're going to create space over the middle of the field. Just like we said, if you have safeties and players going with Xavier Worthy downfield, there's going to be opportunities open over the middle of the field. And that's exactly what you're looking for. So Xavier Worthy is going to take this down the middle of the field. Just take the safety with him. Just go, run at the safety, force him to have to cover you, because if you don't, guess what? You break open over the middle or on the right-hand side of the field, and it's a big play touchdown. So there's that for you. Justin Watson on the left-hand side is going to release to the inside, give a little bit of an outside jab step, and then a little bit of body language as well, and get open over the middle of the field in the dig route. You've got Mecole Hardman up on the top side here, who's running a little bit of a whip, so he's going to come up, out, and then back out this way. Yeah, he's going to take a little jab step inside and release back to the out. And Travis Kelce is just going to come up here one-on-one coverage and run the corner. But this is what we're looking at. The design of the play is to get Justin Watson open. Now, Patrick Mahomes initially is going to be looking to his right, because I think he identifies that he's got one-on-one coverage with Travis Kelce. So why would I not look there first? So this play comes out. All right, he's not open yet. He's going to go back to the middle. All right, Xavier Worthy's got two safeties. That means that he's got two players on him. That means I know that this middle part of the field is going to have Justin Watson on a dig route. He's going to be wide open. Wide open he is, and he can't get the football to him. Why is that? Well, if you look at the offensive line and what the Atlanta Falcons are doing, they're showing 5 runners, and they're going to have this linebacker loop around on a stunt. So he's coming crashing across Wanya Morris's face, and that linebacker is going to come free. Now, they don't actually pick him up because Wanya doesn't take off with this defensive player here. Joe Thuney's going to see that coming and release off. Creed Humphrey picks up the defensive tackle. Then Joe Thuney goes and picks up the defensive end, and Wanya Morris should release and get to that linebacker. That never happens, and this becomes a play where Patrick should have been able to get to the backside, and he's not able to get to the backside, so that ball goes into the ground, the dirt, at Samaje Perine's feet. So Xavier Worthy doing a deep route and creating a play.
But before we get any farther, let me say thank you to NFL All Day for sponsoring this video. And I'm going to show you what I mean on NFL All Day right here. It's this really cool way to collect and own official NFL highlights. You get to collect some of the biggest plays in football, and now they've even added top rookies from this year's draft. Buy packs with moments. It's like a big touchdown or a game-changing play. Anything that's unique, and each one is unique, they're all tied together in blockchain. So it's like owning a piece of NFL history that's totally yours. Plus, with the new rookie class just added, you could pull a moment from one of the league's rising stars right from the start before anybody else gets a chance. What's awesome is that you either hold on to them or you trade them away, sell them to other collectors. Some of the rare moments, especially those for breakout rookies, guys like Mahomes, the really elite of the elite, can go up in value. So it's not just about collecting. It's also a fun way to invest in the future of the game. And there are always new challenges and events where you can earn more. It really feels like being part of the NFL community. Seriously, now's a perfect time to jump in. Grab a pack and see what you pull. You might land a moment from one of the new rookies or even an iconic play from a superstar like Kelce. There's a fun way to be part of the game and build your collection, and it's all at NFL All Day. Check it out.
That doesn't end up getting to happen because of a stunt that goes awry on the Chiefs offensive line. This time they pick up the stunt, pick up the blitz, I should say, and they get Patrick out to the left, and a big play to Justin Watson. Again, funny how that works. But why is it a big play? Well, Xavier Worthy, top of this bunch formation now. It used to be Justin Watson here, so you would have had 1, 2, 3. Now it's 1, 2, 3, which changes a little bit here, and you have Xavier Worthy running a deep corner. So going to fade away and take that up to this, basically up to the end zone. Rashee Rice is going to run a little bit of a whip route like we just saw with Mecole Hardman. He's going to release up, pivot out here, and then you have the out route from Justin Watson. You see, you count 3 defenders on this side. Well, if 2 of them are going to end up going with Xavier Worthy, who eventually they rotate, this safety comes down here. You're still counting 2 players on Xavier Worthy. And then you have that extra defender had popped to the middle of the field where his eyes are now on Patrick Mahomes. You're adding defenders deep and you're subtracting 1 from the left-hand side. So what does that mean? You have 1 defender underneath with Rashee Rice, and now Justin Watson. He's in conflict. He doesn't have a choice. He goes down with the receiver that's wide open and more explosive underneath in Rashee Rice. Patrick gets out of the pocket, gives a little bit of a pump, and then throw a pump and then throw it again to Justin Watson. But again, we have space to the left-hand side because the Chiefs flooded the left side of the field, and Xavier Worthy took 2 players with him and opens up that entire intermediate left side with that defender on Rashee Rice. So 2 routes, creating 2 plays to Justin Watson in exact fashion what you're looking for. Now, you've got Xavier Worthy down here in this stack formation as the apex receiver on the line of scrimmage. You can see he's already moved around quite a bit, right? He's in the slot, and then he was at, in a bunch formation. Now we got him in a stack, but on the line of scrimmage in a stack formation where he's going to take another bit of an outward breaking route and take it upfield, taking 2 players with him once again. And then this one's to Travis Kelce. So we got one-on-one coverage from left to right on Travis's end, and they're going to kind of cross this over. So he's coming underneath right here. Justin Watson and Xavier Worthy are going to switch release. So he's going to come up underneath and take this over. And again, the safety is going to be in conflict. So really they have 2 players open on this play. Worthy's going to take this out and then break up the field, all right? And this is where we get that middle of the field conflict from the defense. So we'll pause it here in a second. Good protection up front. Patrick can just stay there. And now you've got right here breaking underneath into space where Xavier Worthy was. And then you've got Justin Watson also breaking into space because this safety has to respect more so the speed of Xavier Worthy because that's where he's looking. He's looking more towards that right-hand side. And so the safety's going to go there naturally. And because it's Xavier Worthy, he's just going to bring some of that speed and gravity to him. You see he's even opening up to the middle there in case he wants to throw it, but it doesn't matter. He's still shading to that side, naturally being taken there by the speed. So now that we have Travis Kelce, big play with man coverage. You also had a big play to Justin Watson on the opposite side. Notice how often Justin Watson is open in this entire in all these plays. He's wide open. So that's the number 3 or 4 receiver for the Chiefs that's consistently getting open because of Xavier Worthy. Defenses are going to pay attention to Travis Kelce. They're going to pay attention to Rashee Rice. They're going to pay attention to Xavier Worthy. Everybody else is going to get open. Oh, by the way, on the 2 touchdowns that the Chiefs scored in this football game, they threw it right into the space that Xavier Worthy was creating. Yes, it's smaller because right here they're in the red zone area, so there's less space to work with. That doesn't matter. They still want to run routes into that space. You're going to get, again, a little bit of a fade route out to the outside here. And then just a little bit of a, motion down to a stack formation here. Then you've got Juju Smith-Schuster coming outward, coming up the field, pushing more defense that way. And Rashee Rice just going to release to the flat here. And then it's running into space. That's all it is. He's explosive. You want to create space for him underneath. And that's how you do it right there. Boom. It's over. Patrick Mahomes throws the football on the break, gets hit. He has to throw it on the break or he's going to get sacked. And Rashee Rice takes it in for a score, a touchdown. Here is the other touchdown that, again, I'm pretty sure they run this all the time for Travis Kelce. And if you think back to the Chargers games, the one that's the overtime game where he was one-on-one with Derwin James, this is the one that really sticks into my mind of why it's very similar. So you've got Xavier Worthy on the left-hand side of the field who's going to run a little bit of he's going to take this vertical first, really give a nice jab, body language, attack the middle of the field, and then go back out to the post. And then watch the safety right here, because I do believe, it's hard to really tell, I do think he's forced to stay there because of the sell from Xavier Worthy on that. You're going to have the receiver out here is Justin Watson, again, coming underneath, and then he's going to release and then draw that pick. Or he's going to have that pick, offenses call it a rub route, defenses call it a pick, whatever you want to say. Either way, then they're going to have Juju Smith-Schuster run underneath it. Travis Kelce, hey, just stand over here. Just don't even worry about it. We're not, just be the decoy on the right-hand side of the field. So you've got, again, here's Xavier Worthy right there. Body language, that safety kind of has to wait. Because if I go down here, if I come down this way, well, if this is real, our corner out here is screwed, and I'm going to be beaten for a touchdown. So instead, you get now Juju Smith-Schuster open over the middle of the field into that space that was created by Xavier Worthy. Now, we've seen big plays. We've seen a bunch of different things that he's been able to do in creating space for other players. And when he was brought into Kansas City, we told you it wasn't just for the big plays down the field. He wasn't just going to catch a bunch of bombs all the time, because defenses have to be forced out of the too high. They have to be forced out. But if they're going to continue to play two safeties on Xavier Worthy with every single deep route that he runs, you are going to see this happen all the time. Big plays are going to happen for Watson, for Juju Smith-Schuster, maybe even McCole Hardman, Travis Kelce, Rashee Rice. The list goes on, okay? But there's going to be opportunities for him. He's going to have some of his own. Here he is again, now this time in the slot. And you're going to find a bunch of different ways to get him the football. And I think that while, Patrick obviously made the right decision here, there's time. There's some time here. And what I like about this play is specifically, they're just having him run up the field and then break. And you have extra attention on Travis Kelce at all times, because Travis goes to the middle of the field. So if you have a receiver on the opposite side running through the same almost path as Travis Kelce, you can get some of this going in your offense. And Xavier Worthy does, again, a nice job. This is a very, very deep vertical stem, and then he breaks. Now the throw's obviously already going to the running back in the flat, but this is a safety underneath down here that's got more attention. That's not where I want. More attention to the middle of the field than he does on the receiver coming back around the side. And then you've got Justin Watson up at the top holding that other safety, continuing to go down the field. So there are going to be some opportunities to take in games like that where he's able to come open because of attention elsewhere. It's hard to find out when that's going to happen, right? You don't know when that's going to happen because defenses rotate, and unless you get to it after you've already seen a read, again, that was the right read. He threw, he got 9 yards. It's a positive play. So it's hard to judge and be like, well, he needs to do this more. Yeah, well, there's a lot of things you have to do more in the NFL. It's hard when you're trying to pass up good plays to happen right here. So now you have him again, this time on the line of scrimmage in a trip side of the formation where he's going to run a post. Running a post route right here. And I've seen a lot of people talk about this as him getting wide open and it should have been a touchdown. That's really not how this kind of play works, specifically because we've seen this happen in Kansas City quite a bit. He's very fast. He's very fast. But what you're going to notice is that this corner does have the option to rotate back. And if the ball doesn't come out where it does and when it does, you probably also have this safety right here traveling with Xavier Worthy. So now you're talking about a window that's been created that's much more difficult to get into regardless of how fast Xavier Worthy is. So but again, we're creating space underneath. The motion, all right here. The movement from the Chiefs, you have out to the flat from the running back, and then the extension here from Xavier Worthy. This underneath the linebacker here has to kind of widen with him, just try to get hands on him. And what does that do? It opens up Rashee Rice in the middle of the field where Patrick Mahomes can once again hit him in the middle where there's nobody there. So yes, in theory, this post right here across the safety's face does work, but you have to remember that this DB on the opposite side has eyes, can pick it up, and then get down the field as well, making that a much more difficult play for him to make. But we're talking about, again, in that instance, a DB and a corner and a safety go with him, creating more space. That's all that this is about, right? Trying to see how much space can consistently get created for Xavier Worthy. But again, second down, second and long, Patrick gets a first down to Rashee Rice. So just Just live with it a little bit, guys. Just live with it a little bit. I know it's frustrating for you. I know it is, but let's just focus on what he's doing within the offense and what he's creating. This is the one that gets me. This play right here gets me. So this is a really well-designed play, and you guys are going to see why. The ball comes out really quickly to Travis Kelce. Fine. It's designed for him just to get the ball in his hands, whatever, get him a touch. This play should have been either a pump fake or never even thrown to Travis Kelce in my mind, and you cannot convince me otherwise. He's just going right down the field. Travis is going to just run this little hitch like he always does, and then you have the Juju Smith-Schuster right here running over behind it. So if you guys notice something really quickly here, so from this point, there is a direct line of sight, Patrick Mahomes to the deep part of the field. And this safety underneath right here is going to be in that line of sight. I want you just to think for a second where he would go if Patrick Mahomes starts to throw the football and Travis Kelce is going open or Juju Smith-Schuster is breaking open over the middle of the field. Where do you think he's going to go? I can tell you right now, he's going to break. He's going to break right here. This is what we are going to start seeing next. This is the next part. Continue to force the ball a little bit underneath to Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. Now, again, if this player right here is Rashee Rice, now you're starting to talk about how you can create some deep shots for Xavier Worthy. Because, again, this play, this would have been a touchdown. This is the touchdown. This is the play where he gets a touchdown. Because, again, you have the running back out to the flat, all right, and that forces this DB out here to take a hesitation step down towards the flat, and that's when you beat him over the top with a throw. So this ball comes out, it's fine, it's a gain. This is the play for me that would have been I'm throwing this one to Xavier Worthy, and we might see that one come up again. So just pay attention to this, how they're going to be using different ways, because you can create different formations and different movements from the defense based on line of sight and lining up different route breaks. So watch for something like this to come out later. And then this is the play. This is the play that everyone's like, well, this is also what I've been envisioning. 13 personnel with Xavier Worthy on the field. What can you create? What can you do? And again, when you have Travis on the opposite side coming to that side, you're going to be able to create something. So obviously we have Xavier Worthy out here coming up, a little bit of a break to the outside, take this down the middle of the field. And then you have like a deep crossing action from Travis Kelce and Noah Gray. He's going to come up over the middle of the field here. Noah Gray is going to come out, really kind of just sit right here. Then you have a little bit of chip from Jared Wiley, who's going to get to the flat after that. And then, again, you're going to notice the safety out here is going to break this way. In my opinion, I could be wrong. My opinion, Patrick Mahomes just missed the throw. He did not throw it where he needed to throw the football. So right here, he's watching him the whole way. He is watching him the whole way. This ball needs to be flat, and it needs to be out in front of him. You should never let this ball be caught up by the DB. In my opinion, again, right here, throw it elsewhere. He's a very good tracker of the football. Throw it out this way. Let him run underneath it instead of having to come back to it. And again, this is my opinion. I think Patrick just threw the ball wrong and he had to end up making a little bit of a defensive play on the football. So you're going to see more things. He was, again, wide open for a touchdown on this play. He created the space. He took advantage of it. I think Patrick just missed an opportunity to throw it out in front of him and let him run underneath it and then into the end zone. Again, that's just my opinion. So just take a little bit of what you can from this to show that he's doing what he's being asked to do. I think he's doing it at a very high level, and there are opportunities, and there will be opportunities going forward. But early on, they are going to feed Travis. They're going to feed Rashee Rice. That's only going to benefit him. And again, like Patrick said, if they double Travis, if they keep doubling Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice is going for 2,000 yards this year, guys. It's going to be a lot. So take a little bit of expectations off when you see what's actually happening on the field, and let's just take a step back and let the rookie do what he's doing, because he's playing very well. Outside of the route that he should have kept running through on third down, I think he's playing at a very high level for this offense, and he's doing exactly what's expected of him. So just stay on it. Hopefully he's got a big game against the Chargers coming up, you guys. I'll see you next time.